Welcome to the Grizzled Geek Podcast, episode 27. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yeah.
All of those you who do not have dates tonight are sadly listening to us.
Happy Singles Awareness Day.
Happy Singles Awareness Day. As you may realize now, we're not live tonight because my work this week is crazy. I'm closing every night this week and getting home late. So we'll be back with our live podcast next Friday. But we want to make sure you had something since how we've been, Doug having the plague and, everything happening. We haven't had a podcast in a couple weeks, so we want to make sure we get one out to you guys. I know you missed us. We missed you. We really were going to miss talking to you this time. But as always, we're going to get into it. We're going to go over all your nerd news for the week. For all you lonely people out there with no dates on Valentine's Day.
Wow.
And make sure, after you watch this, that you tune in to the Absolute Geek Podcast, where you're going to see, if even more sad, if you want to tune in there, you can see a fat man painted like the Penguin in body paint. I was supposed to participate in that. As well. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I will get off work in time to do that. If not, Matt from Absolute Geek will be there in body paint, moves, and all. So...
Okay.
It'll be exciting. Yeah. Okay, so first off, before we jump into the news, did you see the Batman test footage? Actually, they revealed his the costume, the Batman costume.
I've not seen that.
Okay.
What was that on Twitter or?
It was, I forget what it was. It was they revealed it. I think I saw it on Facebook, but it was like a small little like clip, and it's red lit. Right? And Robert Pattinson comes out, and you just kind of see... There we go. New Batman. So I'm going to pull up for Doug real quick for you to see. Hopefully James will put a video image of it here. We're going to get a good shot at this here. All right.
I'm going to turn this down off.
Or not. We're just... You don't have to sync the video, just going to put a picture up there. I'm just going to show Doug what it is real quick so we can discuss it.
Okay. 10 seconds in and nothing's happened.
He's going to walk out into the... It's red lit, so it's kind of dark.
Oh.
No.
Buffering.
No, buffering.
Scroll down.
This is what we call...
See if we just have a still of it.
No, there wasn't on this. But, there you go. We'll move it up here. Still, it actually is a close-up of the chest. So, as you can see, we're not... The rumors we had about a gray suit is clearly armored.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. And it's like plate armor.
Yeah.
Almost.
Look at this. So we'll go back so you can see the logo.
He's going to give you duck lips, right?
Yeah,
It totally looks...
Totally looks. There you go. There's the logo.
Alright. It looks like it comes off.
Yep.
He's got to do something with it during the movie.
Gonna go fling that logo.
Yeah.
Got like Superman 2 it. Is that the Superman 2 where he ripped his...
Oh, yeah. He ties somebody else.
A little cellophane Superman symbol flying across the way. Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, just...
But you're going to get to see the Pattinson chin.
The Pattinson...
Yeah, all Batman, no sparkle.
I'm all broody.
That's my parents. Our parents.
All
right. So there we have it. Yesterday it came out. So what do we think? You know what? I like Robert Pattinson as an actor. Okay. Twilight movies aside.
I've not seen him in anything else.
So yeah, he does a lot of indie stuff. Now I'm kind of curious of his take on this, and he's not physically imposing. He's not like Ben Affleck was like big and bulked out for. Mm-hmm. I was kind of worried about that. Do you think all the rumors we heard about the spandex gray and blue suit? Do you think that went out the window when he couldn't bulk up, and they went ahead with the armored?
Maybe,
or do you think it was just all along it was supposed to be?
Yeah. Maybe there was an idea of that in pre-production, but.
Because you're supposed to have white eyes.
I think it was a bad idea all around. I didn't think that was a
You can't pull off
it's
the spandex.
not realistic for a real human being to do versus an animation. So
Right.
I'm glad they didn't go that way.
Are you trying to say Adam West didn't look like Batman? You ever see that? There was a fan film back. This is way back, early 2000s, where the guy who dressed up like Batman, he was all like super buff guy, and he had another guy who dressed up like Superman. They had like the world's finest trailer they did, kind of fan trailer.
Yeah.
That guy would look awesome as Batman. He wore the gray spandex. I think he did a Batman versus Predator video as well.
Maybe,
Same guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, that guy was buff. Robert Pattinson is not. So, yeah, unless you're putting Hemsworth in the spandex, give him armor.
Yeah.
But okay, now we got Batman out of the way. Let's talk about Birds of Prey. So, Birds of Prey and the Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn opened last week.
Yeah.
To a very disappointing $33.2 million.
Yeah.
Less than half of what Suicide Squad opened up to.
Yeah.
What do we think of this?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. In my mind, this was all because they had a horrible marketing campaign.
Yes.
I was interested in seeing this until I saw the trailers. And then I was like, meh.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Don't care. I mean, they put Harley front and center because everybody knows who she is. Margot Robbie's a big name, marketable. But they once again shied away from the other characters being in costume.
Yeah.
Well,
it is
comic accurate costumes.
True.
So,
yeah. Again, DC's got this issue with not.
Yeah, if I had seen the Huntress in her purple costume, or I'd seen who else did we have in there? Who else?
Black Canary.
Did they use Black Canary? Okay.
And
see, Black Canary is easy.
Yeah, and Montoya.
So, like the black leather jacket and the like the
fishnet.
Blue, fishnet. The blue. I think it's blue. Like unitard or something type thing.
Why does Black Canary look so much better in Arrowverse on TV? You know what I mean? Like, why can't they? I mean, I don't know.
So just that turned me off. The idea, this is not.
Yeah, and it's got mixed reviews. Like some people watch it and love it, right? And some people are just like, it was awful. Some people say like it was some bad, fight choreography. I guess with the end fight kind of like got leaked online, and you could see a lot of like it was like really bad. In terms of a lot of, I don't know, a lot of bad press. But you're onto something there. The marketing has sucked for this movie, and so much of the fact they changed the name for the second weekend. They're hoping big for word of mouth to get out and people come for the second weekend. So now they officially changed the name to Harley Quinn Birds of Prey. So put her name front and center instead of in a little long little. I love that name.
I like the name just fine, but the problem was there were no Birds of Prey.
Yeah.
It was, the movie, this title, the new title they're changing it to, is more accurate. Because this is a Harley Quinn movie.
It's a Harley Quinn movie, and they're secondary characters.
This is not a Birds of Prey movie.
It's just, it's, I don't know, so bad. One of the DC movies that were the most successful had the most comic accurate costumes.
Yeah, they totally
like Wonder
leaned
Woman,
into the comic.
Wonder Woman, comic accurate costume.
Yep.
$1 billion movie. Aquaman, they put him in the comic accurate costume. $1 billion movie.
I mean, at the end, but still,
yeah,
they certainly leaned into all of the comic-ness of it in every other way. And then Shazam is just, as goofy as we thought that was going to be, they totally went with it, and it was amazing.
Right. It was good. And that was Shazam was their page out of the Marvel formula. That was the closest to a Marvel movie.
It's true.
Out of any of them.
Yeah. Even Aquaman and Wonder Woman to a degree, they had the little subtle humor in there. They had some more quirky, likable characters.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. They just...
Yeah.
They need to take a page out of Disney's book, and anybody who is not in the DC hierarchy, they need to hire somebody to be in charge, like they had, like Jeff Johns or something like that. Leave them in charge and nobody in Warner Brothers talks to them except maybe the big boss.
Yeah.
And you leave them to do their
Let
thing.
them do their things. It's just Warner Brothers. If they make movies by committee, they're involved a lot in their movies. They interfere way too much, especially in something like this, where they need a Kevin Feige or somebody to handle things.
I mean, they're even ruining their biggest franchise with Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
And they're ruining. You did really well with Harry Potter before. How can you not? I mean, there's no Harry Potter in this, but still, it's in the Potter universe, and they're screwing that up too.
Screwing that up, yeah. So you think they got his chances? Well, do you think there's a chance of it rebounding this weekend? It's going up against Sonic the Hedgehog, which I would have normally said, yeah, it'll definitely take second. Looking at it out, like months ago, if you look at the release date, you're like, oh yeah, Birds of Prey's got this 2 weeks in a row.
Right.
However, we'll get to that Sonic the Hedgehog story later on, but now it's like, I don't know what they're going to...
Well, in my opinion, there's no way they make even as much as they did in opening weekend.
Yeah.
So, there's no way it's not disappointing.
Yeah.
Even if they only lose 25%, which is half of what most movies lose in week 2, it's still going to be a disappointment.
Their worldwide box office, they didn't hit their production budget. And that doesn't include marketing.
Yeah.
So... I mean, I don't think it'll lose money in the long run because it's this time of year. There's not a whole bunch of competition. It'll be in theaters for a little bit. But I mean, I hope it doesn't lose money. But yeah, it's just they need to know who they're marketing towards. Because Margot Robbie is amazing as Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
you got that kind of talent. And from what Mary Elizabeth Weinstein would be great as Huntress. I mean, if they did them properly. They would have all been fine if they had just leaned into the comic.
Right.
Leaned in to that. But a related story here. We actually got some behind-the-scenes set photos of Margot Robbie on the set of Suicide Squad 2, which is filming now.
Okay.
So they went straight from this right into that. And she's sporting a new hairdo, where actually it's like a black and red hairdo, which is reminiscent of one of her comic runs, one of her popular comic outfits.
Yeah.
It was black and red. Her outfit was all black and red. So we'll see about that. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Hopefully we'll get one. I mean, James Gunn is doing Suicide Squad too. So
that's the only hope for.
That's the hope. Maybe. Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, hopefully DC can turn it around. We'll see what happens.
All right, let's move on to Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
If you don't have it, what are you doing?
What are you doing?
It's amazing.
I can't believe people that are buying it, watched Mandalorian, and then got rid of it. And I'm like, you're paying, especially if you have Hulu. Like, if you can get both together, right? And ESPN, I mean, it's one of the cheaper ones. And, there's so much stuff coming out.
There's a ton on there. Like, pretty much everything Marvel is on there now. I think even Endgame may be on there now. Yeah. I don't remember.
Endgame was on there before Infinity War was.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and all the special edition stuff,
And I'm rewatching the Clone Wars because season 6 coming out.
Yep.
So, although I didn't catch Melissa up. So.
Yeah, we gotta get.
Yeah, so we'll have to do that again. But anyways, we've got some stuff coming out. A Star Wars Solo.
Continuation of the Solo story.
Yeah, the Solo
in
story.
some fashion.
Yeah,
you don't know what yet. The rumors are.
Was it Darth Maul with the Darth Maul Black Sun Kira story?
Yeah.
Could be one.
Yeah, like a kind of an underground, criminal underground story.
Again, that would be interesting to see how they handle it because you know me, I don't like movies where the antagonist is the protagonist.
Right.
I don't mind if they're gray, like the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Is he's not necessarily, he doesn't start a good
guy. He's an anti-hero.
Yeah, he's an anti-hero, but
he does the right thing at the end. Yeah.
So we could have a Lando story.
They're talking about doing is doing like a solo continuation miniseries, bringing back the guy who played Solo in that, right,
Oh, yeah.
for a little bit, and then having a Lando spin-off, which would be awesome, because Donald Glover did a good job as
They
Lando.
should just do an Underworld show.
But like you said, they need a protagonist that's likable, and Lando.
Yeah, but I mean, if you do an Underworld show where people kind of come in and go out, where
Like an anthology series kind of thing?
where you've got, and maybe there's a through story or there's little arcs or something where you've got Solo, you've got Lando, maybe you bring in was it Kyle Katarn? Is it Katarn, his name? I forgot.
I don't know. But you could do Boba Fett, you could do...
Yeah, you could do just various characters that you either pluck from.
Yeah.
I mean, especially since this is early Empire days, you could fit in some other people that are
Some other known people.
Some other known people that either are holdovers from the Clone Wars era or come,
Right.
like people from the Rebels.
Right. Or they could tie it into the Cassian Andor series because it's a prequel to Rogue One, right?
Yeah.
Have like a young Cassian Andor show up,
Sure. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It could focus on the Black Sun, the rise of the Black Sun. That could be like the main through story, and then how it intersects with all these other people. That would be awesome. I'd watch that.
Who knows?
Yeah.
But I think Mandalorian showed that seeing the less Rebel Empire battle focused stuff, people like that.
But yet a familiar setting, yeah.
So, but more immediately, we've got season 6 of the Clone Wars.
Yep.
It starts next
week.
Wow.
Yeah, next Friday.
Holy cow.
1 week from today.
I'm excited. Cassian Andor is coming early next year, 2021. Kenobi's on hold.
Yeah.
Now, Ewan McGregor did say that all the rumor and stuff was BS. It was just they're holding off to get some
They're
scripts.
punching up the story.
Yeah,
It was too similar to him protecting young Luke. Storyline on Tatooine was too similar to the Mandalorian.
To the Mandalorian. So they're kind of trying to figure out how to tweak that. Yeah, we'll see.
He's convinced it's going to happen. Just starts later. In fact, he even said they're pushing off filming until early next year. So we're supposed to start filming this fall.
Oh, okay.
Or this summer, they could push it off to early next year.
That's all right. So on the Marvel front, again on Disney Plus, we've got Falcon the Winter Soldier starts in August.
Yes, exciting.
WandaVision in November, Loki February of next year.
Yes,
those are the ones we know of
and
when
Loki,
they're starting.
And WandaVision ties into Loki, which ties into.
They're both going to tie into Doctor Strange in the universe or
Multiverse
of Madness, which. They need to go ahead and get a director pretty quick if they want to make that time.
Right. Well, we got a story about that later on. Yeah.
So, we don't know when Miss Marvel and She-Hulk are coming, but sometime next year.
Yeah.
Miss Marvel, for those of you not aware, and this is not Captain Marvel. It's Miss Marvel. Kamala Khan, who is an Inhuman.
Yeah, and she's actually an interesting character. Out of all the young and reinterpretation of some of these heroes, which I didn't like Riri Williams, I didn't like Ironheart, but I really like Miss Marvel.
Yeah.
In that group. She was actually cool.
So, let's see. What we know about, Miss Marvel will reintroduce the Inhumans, so we'll see if they're going to wipe the slate clean and get some new ones or what they're going to do there.
It's just a shame that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had to fall on the sword of getting rid of all that the Inhumans and all that crap, right? They had to, because basically, they did what Star Wars did. They came in there and declared all that stuff non-canon anymore, pretty much. So Coulson may or may not be dead in the actual MCU.
Right, yeah. Which is a bummer, because it was a good show. It had some good stuff. I mean, I didn't finish it out. I didn't see the last season or two, but it had some good stories. But all right, and then She-Hulk will have Bruce Banner. In it.
Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, Mark Ruffalo will be there. And we might see Liv Tyler return as Betty Banner.
Which would be awesome.
Which would be very interesting to see how that plays out with the two of them. So, that could be very cool.
Yeah, super excited about that. I'm like, She-Hulk is probably one of those. She was the Deadpool before Deadpool was Deadpool in the comics.
And I was not a fan.
Yeah, weren't a fan? I love She-Hulk.
I hate that fourth wall breaking.
You think she'll do that, or do you think they'll more serious take on it?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's going to be tied directly into the MCU.
Yeah, it will probably be quite a bit more serious than then
She may be, she was always like a jokester, kind of thing like that. She may be, practical jokester or something like that, but she probably won't be Deadpool level.
right, talking to the camera.
Yeah.
And like, those kind of self-referential things. But we'll see.
But it's all tied into the MCU. What's not tied into the MCU exactly is the Sony Spider-Verse. It's kind of tied into the MCU. Well, more accurate to say, the MCU is tied into that,
Not the other way
but not the other way around.
Okay.
So basically, again, this is going to be confusing for a lot of people. But what Sony is doing is they're going forward with a bunch of Spider-Man properties, and they're all tied together in a universe that takes place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in their world. However, so basically what that means is everything that the MCU does happened in their world,
Right.
but not necessarily the other way around.
Correct.
So Venom and Mobius and all those guys may or may not exist in the Marvel Universe unless Kevin Feige says so.
Yeah.
Right? But they're going to reference stuff that happened in the MCU.
Right. Including characters.
Yeah. So, all right. So Mobius, we saw the trailer when it came out, it confused a lot of people, right? One of the big things was, is it part of the MCU? Is it not? What part of it is? Because it had a Spider-Man Wanted poster, Wanted for Murder posters, right? It had a Vulture cameo, right? But the Spider-Man in the poster was the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. Right? So what's going on? Is it a multiverse where this is Sam Raimi? Is it in this? There's a whole theory online about is it in the Sam Raimi universe or whatnot?
Yeah.
But we got some plot leaks, which I'm not going to get into the actual plot leaks of it, but I'm going to talk about here, and this is minor spoilers that may or may not be true, is confirmation on who's in it and which Spider-Man version of Spider-Man is going to be in it. Okay, so if you don't want to possibly spoil it, tune out for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. I'm going to go into this information here. This is all rumors right now, but it comes from a reputable source. So what they're saying is the cameos are as follows. Adrian Toomes, Michael Keaton reprising his role as the Vulture from the MCU. He exists in the MCU. He's going to exist in this.
As the Vulture or as Adrian Toomes in prison?
As Adrian Toomes well, apparently this scene is going to be in prison where they're going to have Adrian Toomes, Matt Gargan, who's a Scorpion, and the same guy's going to play him.
Okay.
So those are two characters from the MCU.
Okay.
They're going to have Cletus Cassidy in there. It's going to be
Woody Harrelson. Cletus Cassidy.
Yep.
That's good. He was the best thing in that movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they're going to be, and apparently Adrian Toomes is going to put together some kind of team of sinister people. And he's going to recruit Morbius. And then J.K. Simmons is going to be in it.
Okay.
Obviously, is
J. Jonah
Jameson. Yeah. And now what we from the rumor is that image of the Raimi Spider-Man was a placeholder, and it's actually going to be Tom Holland's face on the poster in the final cut.
Okay.
So Tom Holland's going to be wanted for murder. He's playing Spider-Man. So yeah, it'll be Spider-Man. Another thing that ties it directly into the Marvel Cinematic Universe is they're going to reference the blip. So the Thanos snap happened in the Sonyverse.
All right, interesting.
So we'll see.
I wonder if that's going to come up with the prison thing. Like, if you were wiped out of existence for 5 years, do you still count as
having served? Yeah. That's true. A lot of legal questions there.
Yeah.
Good thing we're getting She-Hulk and Daredevil. We need some lawyers in here for that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So there you have it, folks. End of spoilers. So yeah, it is going to kind of tie in to the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So 3 of those characters already appeared in Marvel Cinematic Universe. The other ones may or may not at some point. So we'll see what happens there. Also,
this is the most exciting part of this. This is the only thing in the Sonyverse that's got me excited.
Right, which makes you wonder why this next story wasn't the first go-to after Venom.
Yeah.
Instead of like Morbius. I'm like, why Morbius? That's kind of Mobius. That's different. They're developing a Spider-Woman, a Jessica Drew Spider-Woman.
Yeah.
She's the red costume.
Right. With the little web.
With the web. Yep. They're developing that movie, and they're looking to cast Alicia Vikander from Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
And Michelle McLaren as a director, and she directed a lot of Game of Thrones and Westworld episodes. So
interesting.
Yeah.
So wonder what they're going for there. But all right.
Yeah, they're going for a talented female director.
Well, I'm just like, she seems to have a
darker,
like
more
harder,
dramatic.
Yeah. So
yeah.
I mean, I hope they go because Jessica Drew was no, not essentially the female detective.
Yeah, she was like a
before
spy kind of, or not
well,
spy.
I mean, yeah, she wasn't S.H.I.E.L.D., but she started out, I think, as a detective.
Yeah.
Before Alias.
Yeah.
What's her name? Not Alias. Is that what I'm thinking?
Yeah, Alias was I don't remember her name now.
Blanking on
Ben Affleck's ex-wife.
no, not that's not what I'm thinking.
You're talking about Alias Detective Agency. You're talking about the other Jessica.
Yeah, Jessica, whatever her name was. Yeah, not Jessica Drew.
Not Jessica Drew.
Jessica Jones.
There we go. I always get them mixed up. I was wondering, like Jessica Drew is a detective.
Before she was, they were, because they're both detectives, so it's like kind of confusing.
Yes.
But,
both Jessicas. But yeah, I mean, why wouldn't you go with Spider-Woman instead of like Morbius? I mean, it just seems he was a weird choice. Out of all the heroes you could have, you've got two different Spider-Women. You've got all these other ancillary characters would be awesome, but Spider-Gwen. Yeah, why not Spider-Gwen?
It's a thing now. So.
Why is there not a live action? I mean, if you want a Spider-Man for your Spider-Verse that you can do whatever you want with, why do they not have a Miles Morales Spider-Man?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that would be like an instant win right there for them. Why were they not having a...
Yeah, you would think. That was, I mean, maybe they're waiting for the right situation.
Why is there not a Miles Morales?
I don't know.
And if you want a character, if you did it right, that would be one character that definitely Marvel might actually port into the Marvel universe. Yeah. But anyway, that's what Sony's up to. A whole lot of, crazy ties in with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I really hope, I would love to see Jessica Drew in a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Even like it's like a cameo or whatever. I always liked her as one of my favorite characters.
Oh, yeah. So, let's see here. Sonic the Hedgehog is opening today.
Yes.
So, early reviews seem to be revealing a much better film than anyone expected.
Yeah.
Especially me.
Yeah.
One, I'm not a Sonic person. I never played.
You're a Sega Genesis person?
Don't care. But it's got a Rotten Tomatoes score of 70, which is fresh,
still fresh.
though not particularly high.
Yeah, but when you saw that first trailer, you're going like, oh, what is this? This is a flop in the making.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. What's critics' consensus? Is that a...
This is kind of like the average of what... I mean, a lot of people... The consensus is...
Who's this quote from?
This quote is from... I forget. I should probably cite my sources.
Yeah. All right, well, anyways, the quote is... fittingly fleet and frequently fun, because this person loves alliteration there. So, Sonic the Hedgehog is a video game-inspired adventure the whole family can enjoy, and a fine excuse for Jim Carrey to tap into the manic energy that launched his career.
Yeah.
I mean, literally mustache twisting.
Yeah.
Twirling,
Oh, yeah. He's so, yeah. Here's the thing. Good for this movie, because this movie did the thing that we all complain movies don't do, and it listened to its audience.
Yeah,
it launched a trailer, and everyone collectively went, that's not Sonic the Hedgehog. That's awful.
Yeah.
Right? And they spent the time to go back and fix it.
Yeah.
And so I hope it does well. Yeah. But, another thing, I think Birds of Prey was actually planning on a strong second weekend, but if this one is that the family friendly, and if it's as good as people are saying, it's a decent movie, then it looks dark.
Well, here's the thing: is if this Birds of Prey wasn't aimed at the same target audience, really.
True. No.
So
it's an R-rated. It's an R-rated film, right? Which again, and that's another thing that part of the reason why Birds of Prey is not. I don't know if it's part of the reason, but they insist on making an R-rated movie, right? And R-rated movie does not necessarily mean success with an R-rated comic movie. Like I said, Deadpool, needed to be R-rated.
Correct. Yeah.
Logan needed to be R-rated.
Yep.
Right? If they make a Lobo movie, that's going to need to be R-rated.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
But Birds of Prey, really?
Yeah.
I mean, does it need to be R-rated?
No, did not.
I'm just saying there's...
And I'm not sure. The trailer certainly didn't give you any idea why it was R-rated.
Violence and
I
so they can
guess.
cuss and have violence. I mean, they want to make it like the animated series, which the animated series is amazing, by the way. And if you haven't checked that out on Disney DC Universe, check out the Harley Quinn animated series. That is 10 times better than the movie. But here's the thing: if they wanted like a girl power movie, they wanted to have these you figure a wider audience, they could have made it because they already have Harley Quinn not killing people. Right? She's got non-lethal weapons. Everything she does is non-lethal now. They want to make her this, she's not the psycho from,
Right, yeah.
They want to make, she's not the Joker. They want to separate the two. They want to make sure that she's actually this kind of anti-hero kind of thing, or going towards that way, or could be.
Yep.
But, so you're already taking that away from her. Why do you need the R-rating? I don't know. Just so you can throw some F-bombs down, I guess, and show some blood splattering.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think the movie would have done a lot better without the R rating. Some movies need it. I mean, the R rating shouldn't be a gimmick. It should be when necessary.
Yeah.
When it calls for
a story choice.
A story choice. Yeah. But anyway, Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah. There we go. Again, not sure who this movie's for.
Yeah.
I guess people who had a Sega Genesis who now have kids, maybe.
I guess.
Because I'm like, I don't know.
See, and I always root for video game movies to do well just because they have such a horrible track record.
Yeah, they almost never do.
They always never do well. But, oh well.
All right.
We'll see. All right, that does it for our top stories. Now, Doug's covering up nerd nuggets here. Just want me to say it. Nerd nuggets. Here we go. Congratulations to Joaquin Phoenix for winning Best Actor for The Joker last week. Did you listen to his acceptance speech?
Only a little bit.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it. I heard outtakes from it or people talking about it.
Right.
So.
He's like, some guy, wealth and privileged guy telling us to, I'm like, you're the guy with the money. You should probably be doing something about the stuff you're talking about. I'm broke. I'm like, I don't know, I'll recycle my cans. That's about what I can do for the environment. That guy's got millions of dollars, and an Oscar. So he should probably be doing a little bit more about what he's talking about. But congratulations to him. That's 2 Joker actors with Oscars for poor Jared Leto. He's like, see this. I love those, the whole the fake Twitter things where stop sending me this shit stuff from the 2 Jokers.
Oh yeah.
Angry Jared Leto. Next one is the 2 Jokers holding up their trophies. I'm like, oh, yep. So apparently, if you want to win an Oscar, you got to play the Joker. I guess that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Or at least better than Jared Leto did.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that he did
right.
anything
Yeah.
wrong.
I like Jared Leto.
He was given a crap rendition of the character to try and portray.
So Joker.
Yeah. All right. The Green Knight, starring Dev Patel, gets a dark new trailer that, for me, was not appealing at all.
Really?
It did not make me want to see that movie.
You did not want to see the movie? I thought that trailer was awesome.
Well, the last 3 or 4 seconds of the trailer was like, oh, okay, now I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
Up to that point, I was like,
you're like, what is this
crap is going on? And
first
why
off,
do I care about this?
Did you hear anything about this trailer beforehand? Did you know this movie was coming out?
Nope.
Okay.
No idea.
All right. Neither did I. But we're moving off on a slight rant here, slight little tangent. I think I've gone off this a year ago on our podcast, but it's going to happen again. The problem is, the reason why I'm excited about it is that there has not been a successful King Arthur movie since 1982, right? Since Excalibur. There's not been a successful Robin Hood movie since 1992. All right.
Yeah.
And yet every so often we get a King Arthur movie and a Robin Hood movie because they're public domain, right? So we got this public domain properties that everyone decides like, oh, I can do this, but we're gonna reboot it. We're gonna make it fresh. We're gonna do this weird take on it, and it never
this
works
looks
out.
like that.
Yes.
Just totally looks
I don't
like
know. Well, here, what it looks like. The problem with most King Arthur movies is they try to make it too realistic, right?
Yeah.
I want a fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
I want Excalibur. I want the magic. I want the whole bit. This, I mean, it's a dark take on it, right? I can kind of get into the Green Knight. I love the Green Knight story, so
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that. Dev Patel's awesome, awesome actor. So
presumably he's Sir Gawain.
yeah, he's Sir Gawain.
You never get the idea that he's a knight in this. Although he's talking to the king and queen at one point. But other than that, you get no inkling or hint.
If you don't know the story and you're looking at this trailer, you're probably going like, what is this? What's going on?
What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Who is that guy?
I will say this. If you don't know the King Arthur story or the story of Gawain,
Yeah.
the trailer is probably going to do anything like, this is weird. Because it starts off kind of weird, but then it gets into like a little more of the fantastical bit, right?
And just the scene with the puppet show just makes me think they're going to try and do this kind of creepy, surreal thing, which is not going to appeal to me at all in an Arthur
You like
story.
the creepy, surreal parts of like Excalibur? Like towards the end, that got...
because they're in context with the hunt for the
Grail?
the Grail, and I mean honestly, that little
Part of the movie?
that little 20-minute stretch of the movie is the weakest part of the movie. But
I don't know.
So we'll see.
Okay, I may fall into the trap I fall into every time a new one of these comes out, right?
You're like, all right, maybe.
Maybe, hopefully, there's something new. But literally, that's it. That's true. There's not been a successful King Arthur movie since Excalibur.
At least it doesn't look like that last
And there hasn't been a successful Robin Hood movie. It hasn't been a successful one since Robin Hood or Prince of Thieves.
Yeah.
Right? Which...
Regardless of what you think of it as far as how good of movie or good a story it was successful.
It was successful. It was really successful.
And I actually liked it.
I liked it too.
Yeah,
and those were closest to the actual story.
Correct.
Both of those didn't try to go with a new take or we're going to change this or whatever. Those were the closest ones, and they were the last successful ones. So I'm not saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If you're going to be doing one of these movies,
there's a reason those are super popular.
Yes.
They've been around forever because everybody knows. Well, lots of people know the story.
Yes.
And like the story.
Yes.
They don't want to see your. I don't know, whatever. I don't even know what they were going for with this most recent one with the
Robin Hood one.
Yeah, the Robin Hood one.
Man.
It's just like what?
It was like steampunk Robin Hood, whatever.
I
don't know
what
they were doing with it.
I mean, it was almost like he was a superhero kind of.
Yeah, it was like a superhero.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, all right.
This is kind of weird.
I'd take Kevin Costner and his gone again accent anytime over that. But, all right, so we mentioned earlier that Doctor Strange is in desperate need of a director. Well, I was racking my brains. Who I think would be a good director? Then this story popped up, and I'm like, oh my goodness, this would be amazing.
Yeah.
So Sam Raimi is in talks to direct Doctor Strange 2. And for those of you not in the know, like, what's wrong with you? How are you calling yourself a nerd if you don't know who Sam Raimi is?
He directed Darkman.
He did. He directed Darkman. And
best movie ever.
One of. That's a great movie. Don't knock Darkman. I know you're joking. I know you're being facetious, but that's a great movie.
I love Darkman. Now, whether it's his best movie ever.
Probably not. We all know.
But it's a great movie.
We all know Army of Darkness is his best movie ever. But going forward from there, he did start off the modern cinematic superhero movie craze in 2002's Spider-Man. Original Spider-Man trilogy was his. Mm-hmm. Third one's not his fault. That was studio involvement, insisting that Venom be inserted in this movie.
Yeah.
Right. But that being aside, Spider-Man 1 and 2 are some of the best, still up there. Spider-Man 2 was still in discussion when you're talking about best superhero movie of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It's in the discussion. It's probably not there now with,
Oh, yeah.
with
it falls out. It probably falls out of the top 10.
Yeah,
Which
has come since.
But
there's a discussion there. Anyone who wants to bring that up in the top 10, they're not going to be laughed at because that's a really good movie. But yeah, what do you think of his take? He's got kind of like that quirky take on things. Do you think his quirky style is what we need for Doctor Strange 2 in the multiverse of madness?
Yeah,
I mean, think about that.
When you throw the multiverse of madness thing, I think
he'd be awesome. And I can't wait to see who Bruce Campbell playing.
Bruce Campbell is in every one of his movies,
as Willie should be.
Yeah.
So just to see Bruce Campbell back on screen, I'm down for this just for that. Just for the possibility.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. Count me in. I'm in for that one. All right.
Wong will get a manservant, and it'll be
Bruce
Campbell.
Bruce Campbell's Wong's manservant. Nice.
So, yeah. All right. Last story. Shazam 2 and Black Adam will film back-to-back this summer, which is awesome.
So
The Rock's going to be...
That tells me...
They're going to be part 1 and part 2.
Part 1 and part 2 of a story. Right.
I hope.
Yeah.
Because they have to be tied together.
Yeah. Now, because they're going to have...
And because they've got The Rock, I actually really hope they go the Black Adam as the anti-hero route.
Well, he will by his own movie.
Yeah.
I think he'll be the bad guy in Shazam 2, right?
Yeah.
And then he'll have, by the end of that movie...
And then he'll realize he's being used by somebody or
something like that. And then he'll have spin-off into his own movie.
Yeah.
Right? Which, hopefully, Shazam makes an appearance in his movie. That make an appearance in each other's.
Right, yeah.
You know what I mean? That would be awesome, because they're both...
I love the Black Adam character.
Oh, yeah.
He's such a good character. He's one of DC's best, like... I'm trying to think who the equivalent of... He's kind of like the Magneto of the DC universe, where he's like... He's
often a bad guy,
but he's got a point.
Yeah.
And... He'll be on the good guy's side, but he's not the gentle good guy.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, I'm excited about it. And talk about filling out spandex.
Yeah.
I want to see The Rock with his real muscles standing next to Shazam and his rubber muscles.
They'll have to play that off on it.
Oh, yeah. There's got to be a point where Shazam kind of looks at him and looks at his muscles. He's like, wait a minute. What's going on here? Because, it's ridiculous. And, it should be, just given the context of that character. I think it works for that character.
Yeah.
At first, everyone's all like, he's just got, like, rubber muscles. I'm like, yeah, but it's Shazam.
Because he's a 12-year-old kid imagining
what a superhero would look like. Yeah.
So,
yeah, exactly. So, super excited. Shazam 2 and Black Adam.
Yeah.
I'm pretty much excited for anything The Rock does.
Yeah, I can't wait for the Jungle Cruise movie. That looks great.
I've heard of the Jungle Cruise movie, and I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Come on, man. You're going to have a Wonderful Life movie next? Or a Small World After All movie next?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what are they going to do? Like, all the rides? But then I saw the trailer, and I'm like, okay. All right.
Where he's totally... I mean, he's doing the whole shtick. It's awesome.
Yeah.
The backside of water.
The backside.
He does the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, I'm excited. There we go. Anything with The Rock's in.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you very much for tuning in, listening to us, even though we weren't live tonight. I'm really sorry about that. Appreciate you spending your Valentine's Day with us. Or, if you listen to this later on Stitcher or iTunes or anywhere else, you get your podcast, please give us a review. It helps us out. It helps us out just if you watch us on YouTube, or if you want to see us on YouTube, check us out on youtube.com/The Grizzled Geek.
Yep.
Where you can see our lovely faces. Give us a like there and subscribe. We really appreciate it. And comment down below. We'll really appreciate all that, guys. We're trying to help out. I know YouTube's doing this weird thing with analytics at this point. So you guys, sharing the videos, liking, and subscribing, that all helps us get out to more people.
Sure.
Which is what we want to do, like a virus. We want to get out there and infect more people with our madness. So, all right, guys. Thank you for joining in. Please check out the Absolute Geek Podcast Valentine's Day special over there. They're on at 7:30. So please, like, subscribe. And if you want to support the channel and the things we do here, Doug, how can they help us out?
Be 3 links in the description down below. 1 to our Teespring store where you can check out our merchandise. 2 will be to our Amazon affiliate link. You can do your shopping through that link. We get a small kickback. It doesn't cost you anything extra. Or 3, you can check us out on Patreon. And soon we will be adding gaming content to this channel. We've been telling you to go to a different channel, but we've decided we're going to consolidate it all.
Bring it all
together.
back here, folks.
So you should be seeing that popping up pretty soon.
Yeah. Hopefully rolling out for next month. All right, guys. Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.